Well, welcome back to the Warspite channel after a long break, longer than I anticipated. I'd just like to apologise to everybody who I met at the Hereward wargames show held at Peterborough over a month ago. Met you, filmed you, and today is the first opportunity I've had to actually edit the film and put it up. So I'm roughly 5 weeks late. Do apologise for that. It was a combination of very personal circumstances which meant that really I couldn't do it until now. So it's going up today. Apologies to all concerned, and with luck and a following wind I should be at Other Partisan in 2 days time. That's Other Partisan on October the 12th. Anyway, enjoy the show.
Are you always telling how much I'm spending on one given photo?
Right, starting my Peterborough coverage. First game up is G19, which is the Cowards Club from Wroxham. I've seen this before. It's a combination of Went the Day Well and The Eagle Has Landed. Gorgeous sectioned church over there, which allows the German paratroopers to fight from floor to floor against the US Rangers. Down here is the manor house where the secret tunnel led, which allowed Donald Sutherland to get out in the film. And scattered around you've got various aspects of both Went the Day Well and The Eagle Has Landed. Nice little model. They put a lot of thought into it. There's the church again. Churchyard's down here. Of course, the real churchyard was actually in, I believe it's a private village in Buckinghamshire where they found. Right. Okay, this is the Huntington District Wargames Club, doing a very nice Napoleonic. Long table, and the forces are clearly French Napoleonic on one side and what looks frighteningly like, is that Austrian? Yes, I think it's Austrian on the other side. Is that Austrian on this side?
Austrians all the way down to there, and then there's some Prussians on that flank.
Got it.
And then these Leipzig.
Lovely.
And Waterloo has built.
Right, okay.
I'll even move the chips off the table.
And the chips just disappeared. They're very obliging. So it's Austrian on this side. Apparently it's meant to be part of the Leipzig battle. And then somewhere up the far end we've got Russian as well.
Yeah, they didn't add the Gallup special order. Needed a 2, got a 2.
So this is Huntington District
Double move.
doing a Napoleonic. Was meant to be Waterloo, but they've switched it to Leipzig.
Well, yeah, but the cavalry are going to go in and do the job. No, you don't want to do that.
Nice close up on some Austrians. A nice little Austrian battery over there. So this is Huntington District, part of the Battle of Leipzig. Right, on this side we've got the Bedford Gladiators doing a very nice 28mm medieval. Nice little castle over on the far side, and down in the foreground excellent lineup of looks like an English unit there, and then massed forces on this side. Couple of decent buildings, and got some light cavalry storming through the hayricks here against more light cavalry on this side. What period are you doing? Excuse me? What period are you doing? It is Wars of the Roses, lovely. So I just noticed Lord Hastings' flag there. Right, so it's a Wars of the Roses engagement. Looks like we've got some pike or Welsh spear in the centre.
Yep. Nice one. This is the... Couldn't resist a close-up on the castle. This is Bedford Gladiators, Wars of the Roses. And we've got... got a few Swiss crept in over there on the royalist side, apparently. There's the royal coat of arms. On that side, wasn't sure about those. They could be meant to be Welsh spear. Yep. So yeah, this is Bedford Gladiators doing Wars of the Roses. Right. So this is Market Harborough Wargames Club combined with Whip Games and Miniatures. And they're doing a double today. They're doing medieval this end and then English Civil War at the other end. So let's look at the medieval first. And the medieval appears to be very early medieval, so we're sort of coming out of the Dark Ages period. So all 28mm, all 28mm. Nice clash. Nice force of cavalry heading that way, with archers beyond. And on the next table, beyond that, they're also doing English Civil War. So we're going to move up there now. Right, and this is the other end of the Market Harborough Club. Market Harborough Wargames Club, combined with Whip Games and Miniatures. That's them there and there. And they're doing On Bloody Ground. And this is the ECW end. Both games apparently being run as demo stroke participation. And that's that. And somebody just vented out an opinion. I don't think they're necessarily referring to this, but there you go. And this is the ECW version. Nice table, nice figures, nice rules. Right, this is our hosts, the Peterborough Wargames Club, and it is one of their tables for the younger players, A Day Out with the Clangers. So it's a sort of a young player orientated game. I'm not going to film the players because they're younger persons, but yeah, definitely clanger orientated. And we've got a couple of bright young faces at the table watching the game go on. So this is the Day Out with the Clangers. I'm going to change position. So again, this is our hosts, the Peterborough Wargames Club, and they're doing A Day Out with the Clangers. Nice little concept, actually. Yeah. Right, this is Grantham Strategy.
The yellow one there, you could pick up
This is Grantham Strategy and Gaming Club. They're doing a modified version of Undaunted, which is basically a Battle of Britain game, but they've modified it to the Pacific, using an Axis and Allies map with the islands. You've got Japanese aircraft coming in this end, United States aircraft up this end, and they're playing a modified version of Undaunted. So Battle of Britain rules turned into Pacific period. So, and this gentleman here is just moving up his zeros.
I think what you just did was, yeah, so you're pointing towards it.
Yep. So, Grantham Strategy and Gaming Club. Right, particularly eye-catching terrain here. This is the Leeds Wargames Club doing Leviathans, the Great War, which is basically your usual, or should we say unusual, floating pre-dreadnoughts coming in over the Kent coast at Dymchurch. Now, the gentleman was just explained to me he's managed to find a downloadable version of the Ordnance Survey map, and got it transferred onto this wonderful fabric, and I had it hexed. So he's now got these flying naval vessels coming in over the Romney Hythe and Dymchurch Railway, as far as I can see. So this is Leviathans, the Great War. He's got the starter box here. Can you just tell me, is this currently available, the Leviathans, the Great War?
No, it's coming out in the States around about Thanksgiving, and then hopefully in the UK
later.
sometime after Christmas.
So you've got basically this is a pre-production.
No, it's production, but I'm a member of the demo team, so I went to a show in the States and brought it all back to demonstrate before it comes out.
But anyway, it's still first sight of it in Britain, sort of thing. Lovely. We like that. We like exclusives on the Warspite channel. Thank you. And would my description of it as floating pre-dreadnoughts in space be reasonable?
Well, yeah, it's up to, instead of dreadnoughts, they're now called the Leviathans, because the first ship was called the Leviathan instead of dreadnought.
So, following the same principle.
Yeah, basically someone found an element that if you pass electricity through it, makes things float. So, of course, what you do, you put it on the battleship.
Why not? Right, just following on, this is the a glimpse at the products. They cover most of the nationalities from pre-World War I, British, French, Italian, so on and so forth. Apparently this game was out before, or was in production before, but it ran into what I should be diplomatic and say production difficulties, and it's taken them 14 years to get it back into production. So this is the Leviathan products. And apparently it's one of the first times this stuff's been seen in Britain, so we have a sort of a Warspite exclusive. Due out in America around about Thanksgiving, and due over here quite soon after. At the moment, these are the only items in Britain. Right, so it's Leviathan, and this is for the Leeds Wargames Club. Right, and here we are at Mantic Games Pathfinders, and interesting setup here. We've got Halo Flashpoint. It's a skirmish game adaptation of the computer game. They've got two demo games set up on this side, that one and that one, so people can come and have a try. Over here we've got the product itself, and I'm informed that on the other side they've got a much larger sort of full game set up for more experienced players, so I'm going to go and film on that side in a second. Right, so here on the other side, the Mantic Games Pathfinders, as mentioned, they've got a large full game of the Halo over there, but here, flashback to older computer games, we have the tabletop version of Worms. And oh yes, I definitely remember my son playing this one. There's the pieces. Yes, Worms, the board game. Is this currently out?
Yep, it's available out now. You can get it on Amazon from off Mantic Games. Available from
Mantic or Amazon. So it's Worms, the board game. Right, this is St Jude's Games doing a Dark Ages. Now we just had a debate about what we're going to call these rules. Whalestow, Wheelstow, Valestow, Valestov. It's yeah, you make your minds up with it. It's sort of Germanic, vaguely Saxon. Whalestow, it's Dark Ages rules, and we've got Saxons versus Vikings. Is that Saxon on that side?
It is the Saxons on this side. Yeah.
That's the Saxon army over there, and hiding behind the trees over here. Yeah, there they are. There they are. And then just in front of me is the Vikings. I'm going to switch position and get a shot of the Vikings. There we go. Right, I'm now filming on the other side of the Vealstow, Whalestow, whatever you want to call it. It's just explained to me there's actually an imaginary 1 foot grid. So you actually move from the middle of a 1 foot square to the middle of a 1 foot square. And that's why some of these tufts of grass are down here. It's actually indicating where the boundaries are between the various squares. So in fact there's no measuring, it's a very simple system, and based on the leadership factors of the army commanders. So it's very much heroic led rather than troop led. Is that a reasonable way of describing it? Good. Right, okay then.
This is a Warspite production. If you're enjoying the show so far, please feel free to like or subscribe, and if you've got any comments to make, criticisms, observations, or just want to tell me I'm useless, leave a comment at the bottom. All comments welcomed. Thank you.
there's something that touches the cockles of my heart, as I'm very keen on World War I aerial. This is Snoopy versus the Red Baron. It's a participation game laid on by the Doncaster Wargame Society, and I like the models. So over here, we've got the Red Baron's forces. Obviously, there's the red Fokker Dreidecker DR1 in the centre. Either side, there's two hexagon gridded Fokkers. Although I must say, I don't think I've ever, apart from the film The Blue Max, I've never seen actually a hexagon gridded Fokker DR1. They tend to just use a washed out green camouflage with obviously then other colours painted over the top. But anyway, that's the Red Baron force over there. And switching over here, we've got the Allied forces. One British, one French. Well, they've also worked in things like a British World War I tank, a French World War I tank, and what looks engagingly like a pissoir. British camp here, bit of trench. Players are off having their lunch at the moment, so I can't ask them much about the gameplay, but it looks interesting. So this is Snoopy versus the Red Baron, laid on by the Doncaster Wargame Society. Another view of the pissoir. Sorry, I got a giggle. And French and British aircraft over there, looking vaguely like Newports, but I'm not quite sure. A bit generic. Now, this is a game I've seen before. This is the aftermath presenting the death of the Prince Imperial, who was the great nephew, wasn't he, of Napoleon I, and son of Napoleon III, and unfortunately he managed to get killed running from the Zulus. Is that him over there?
Yes, with his dog. With his dog,
right. And this is a donga, which is a dry, it's the South African word for a dry river valley or wadi. That, I take it, is the Imperial force coming to his rescue over there.
Yeah, correct.
And down here we have the kraal, where one or more groups of Zulus may be hiding. At some stage or another, he's going to have to do make a run for it. I think I recall in the original, he was trying to mount the horse, and the holster came away in his hand. It was rotten leather.
Yes. What happened is they'd took all their saddles off because they were having a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And he didn't put his saddle on properly. Yeah. So when he went like that to get up, it all come off.
All come off, yeah.
He ran that way, they went that way.
Yeah. And although they were never actually court-martialed, the officers involved were not spoken to in the mess for years afterwards.
Captain Career, we really got treated badly.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, it's Death of the Prince Imperial. This is the Aftermath Club, which is the main club in Norwich. And you will have seen this before in my earlier Dicini report. So, yeah, Death of the Prince Imperial. Poor chap's hiding over there. They're about to start a new game in a minute. There he is with his dog. That's the great nephew of Napoleon I, and in fact he was carrying Napoleon I's Austerlitz sword, which was captured by the Zulus and had to be recovered later, and they did actually get it back. Right, Aftermath Club, Death of the Prince Imperial. Right, another game organised by our hosts, Peterborough Wargames Club, and this is the Battle of Aspern-Essling. Again, it's in 28mm, and it's a big tablecloth. Right, so this is our hosts doing doing Napoleonic, and I said 28mm, it's actually 20mm. They're doing a sort of a throwback here. So yeah, Napoleonic in 20mm, Aspern-Essling, from the Peterborough Wargames Club. I mean, one of the advantages of having a smaller scale is you can get more figures on the table. If you don't want to go 15, don't want to go 28, 20's still in the middle. So this is Peterborough Wargames Club, Aspern-Essling in 20mm. Forget what I said earlier. Now, I bumped into these guys before at Dicini, the Norwich show. This is BricksKrieg, and I got into a lot of trouble last time for mentioning a famous Danish manufacturer of plastic bricks, which this company are nothing to do with.
Kill your tank with the dice.
It merely bears a resemblance to a well-known Danish company. So this is BricksKrieg, and all the parts are available in this plastic construction style.
Because they're back in.
Yeah.
What are the green tanks? You got a Churchill there, haven't you?
Yeah, so we got, where are the Churchill?
Got a Churchill there. What are the three in the field?
Sorry, Churchill, Cromwell.
Are they Cromwells?
Yeah, Panzer IVs, and there was a Tiger here, but we don't talk about that because
It's happily burning. Right, okay. And give you an idea of what else is available in the series. Down here, aircraft, pillbox, more aircraft, landing craft, and up the top there, more armour. So this is BricksKrieg, nothing to do with a well-known Danish brick company. I do apologise for accidentally mentioning them at Dicini. BricksKrieg at the Peterborough Wargame show. Right, special mention of Models for Heroes, which is plastic modelling for people with a services background, particularly when they may have suffered injuries and require therapeutic treatment. So it's Models for Heroes. Model making is a therapeutic, meaningful hobby and can support mental health and well-being. It says so on their sign. There it is. Models for Heroes. Right, this is the Peterborough Military History Group with a whole selection of bits and pieces on their table. Steel helmets and wartime memorabilia. So it's the Peterborough Military History Group. Do you have an online presence?
Sorry?
Are you online as the Peterborough Military History Group?
Yes.
Right, lovely. I'll just zero in over there. Yes, the group has an online presence. So if you're interested, meetings held second Wednesday every month, 7:30 p.m. in the Peterborough Museum and Art Gallery, Priest Gate, PE1 1LF. There you go. Another table being run by our hosts. They're doing Battletech. At the far end, they've got classic Battletech, but they're also doing the sort of Alpha Strike version. This one here is a minimalist board. Bits and pieces taken from the garden, plus Christmas tree, cake decorations, etc. In the centre is the far more sophisticated urban environment with these walking robots, combat robots, staggering around shooting at each other. And then far end, you say, is the classic Battletech. I'm going to nip up and focus and film that. Right, it's just been explained to me. This is the classic Battletech. This end. This is the one played at a higher degree of detail. To put it pretty bluntly, I've just seen one of the information sheets, and there's a lot of information. So you got the classic Battletech this end, and that's called Alpha Strike.
Yep.
And this is the Alpha Strike, which is, as it were, could I reasonably call it Battletech Light?
Fast play, yeah.
Fast play Battletech, right. Okay, so this is again by our host club, which is Peterborough. Right, thank you very much. Right, well, I'm out of the main hall, which was behind me. In case you think this looks a bit thin on the ground, can I point out that I actually came here at midday. I'm told by many of the organisers here it was banged out first thing. Well, the reason why I delayed a couple of hours is to try and get better acoustics, because filming with live sound in these situations can be a pig. So just to let you know, it was busier than this. Fair play to the organisers. Right, let's have a look around. Right, I'll get on with our hosts, Peterborough Wargames Club. Looking a bit thin at the moment. This is Hereward's Revenge, because they're between games. But over here, you can see some of the wagons and figures in use. And the concept is there's a convoy being run down this road over here. At some stage or another, it's going to get ambushed from one direction, other direction, or perhaps multiple directions, who knows. So this is Hereward's revenge. I'm reliably informed that a costumed character dressed as Hereward the Wake was here earlier on rolling some of the dice. So this is Hereward's revenge, and it's the Peterborough Wargames Club, our hosts. Right, here we go, and this is... Right, this is Clayton and Sons, making a very enterprising stab under the O200 hours rules, which are these ones here. O200 hours rules, they've written their own scenario, and basically this is rescuing a resistance leader who's in a boat on the far side, and it's a cross between sort of Guns and Navarone meets the Cockleshell Heroes. There is actually a Royal Marine Commando foal boat out there. There's a rubber boat I'll show you in a minute. Germans are streaming out because the alarm has been given, so they're running out there. And the idea is they've got to get away to the Greek Kike, the boat over there. So say, think of Cockleshell's Heroes meets Guns and Navarone. Right, there's our resistance leader. And there's the Germans coming after him. Has he been shot yet? Has he been shot yet?
They've shot at it in the lot.
Oh, right.
Has he been hit yet?
Oh, that's, they're using the Stormtrooper target range, are they? Yeah. Right. There's the foal boat, and there's the cake which they're trying to escape to. That's Clayton and Sons O200 hours rules. Thank you very much. Right, this is an interesting one. This is a Scimitar Games group doing Waaagh machines, or Waaagh machines, and it's probably best described as Orcs meet Mad Max. I can get a close up on some of the machinery. Now, some of the weapons can be changed over. Are they magnetic, those weapons?
Yes.
So the weapons are magnetic and can be switched over, so you can actually choose your weaponry on your vehicles. And it's sort of Scrap Heap Challenge meets Lord of the Rings meets Mad Max, you name it, they got a bit of it. Sorry about the bad background noise, they're doing some awards. So this is the Scimitar Games group doing war machines with 3 A's. Right, last event. This is the Cogs/Dales Wargames group, and they're doing Badgers and Burrows, or Burrows and Badgers, sort of fantasy. Interesting table laid out over there, and then got a great selection of figures blown up along here. Very, very nice. Let's see what we got there. See if I can get in a bit closer. Very nice. Very, very nice. A lot of detail. Someone's put some effort into these. So this is the Cogs/Dales group. And just to confirm, the rule set is Burrows and Badgers. Burrows and Badgers. And that's the table set up. Looks like a ford or river crossing. This has been a Warspite production. If you've enjoyed this, please leave a thumbs up. If you've really enjoyed it, please feel free to subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next time. This is Warspite out, and have a very good day.